Hey everyone, Kevin here again. In this video what I'd like to do is talk about Amazon. Specifically what I want to do is talk about Amazon deliveries. And it's not good. This is a rant video. This is me complaining about the delivery process with Amazon. But just to clarify, I'm a big fan of Amazon. For me it's the best shop in the UK. It's far and away the best shop in the UK when it comes to buying things online. Perhaps because they've aggressively dominated the market. There's a lot of good stores that used to be online that are now out of business, but it's very hard to beat them on price. They're either the lowest price for an item or they're one of the lowest. But the one thing that they do excel in is customer support. If there's any problem with any item, any problem with delivery or anything like that, you just go onto the contact page, you go to the online chat box, you go to the email box, or you go to click on an option for them to phone you. You normally get it resolved within like 20 minutes and then you just have to send it away or they can pick it up. And that kind of service you sometimes take for granted with Amazon, but you don't get that with every company. Last year, for example, I bought, I think it was Splinter Cell for the Wii U, and it wasn't too expensive, say like £10 or £7-8. And I bought it from an online game shop, and the game got delivered and it was a bit scratched and the game wouldn't work properly. I emailed the company and it took 1 or 2 weeks for them to even reply. And then they replied asking for more information. I replied, it was like another 1 or 2 weeks. Eventually got resolved after like 5 or 6 weeks to send a replacement. But, during that time, you can't go out and buy another game. You're kind of waiting for them to say, are you going to give me a refund? Are you going to replace the item? And it just makes you remember why Amazon is so good in that respect. And because of that, there's lots of times when I could get an item cheaper, but I've paid a few pounds extra to get it from Amazon because I know that, if there's a problem with the delivery, if there's a problem with the item, a week down the line, a month down the line, a year down the line, I know that Amazon will help me resolve the situation, And that happens sometimes when even the manufacturer won't help you. If you buy a mobile phone or a tablet or something and it doesn't work, Amazon will sometimes take the product back and the company won't. So that is one thing that I think Amazon excels over all the competition. It's something that they really do put a lot of priority on. But the one thing that kind of annoys me about them is their delivery service, which in my opinion is one of the worst. I'm not sure what it's like in America or Germany, Spain, all the other countries that Amazon operate in, but in the UK I'm not a big fan of the way that they operate things. And there's a few reasons for this. One is that they sometimes deliver early, which you wouldn't think would be a bad point, but sometimes it is. I got Amazon Prime recently, so I'll normally get things next day delivery, but before that, I would order things and I would choose free delivery. And sometimes I would pay extra and get things quicker, but normally I don't mind waiting a couple of days to get something. And for example, I think when I ordered a lot of things at one time, I ordered this audio recording, a few different things, and I ordered it on a Saturday and I get told some things were coming on the Tuesday, some on the Wednesday, some on the Thursday. But then the next morning on the Sunday, when I was staying at my parents' house, one of the items came at the door and I wasn't there. And it's quite annoying, and they've done that quite a lot. There's been a few times where they've said, it's going to be the Friday and it comes on the Wednesday, or the Thursday and it'll come on the Monday. And you think it'd be a good thing, but it's not, because, I work at home, but there's still, during the day, there's still times I go out. I'll go out for lunch, I'll go to the shops, I'll go and see my parents, I'll go and see some friends, I'll go to the gym or something like that. And then you don't really get much notice that it's coming early, and it's a pain. I'd be happier if they just delivered on the day that they say they would deliver on, rather than delivering early. It's for small items, for books and games and things like that, where they can put through the letterbox. That's not an issue. But for anything that they need to chap your door and you need to go to the door and sign for something, then it's a real pain in the ass for me. But the bigger problem is the way that they handle deliveries. Now, with most other companies in the UK, they use one of these partial delivery services. I can't remember the names of them, but there's a lot of different ones out there. And in general, I would say those companies are very good. They tend to deliver quite early, 9 to 10 in the morning, or usually before lunchtime. And a lot of them actually send you a text message. They'll send you a text message and say, we're going to deliver between 12 and 12:30 p.m. So that's good. That means that I know I can go out the house, I can go and do some things, then I can be back for the delivery. But Amazon doesn't seem to do that. When you track your item online, it just says out for delivery. So it was Amazon Prime Day yesterday, we're celebrating 20 years of Amazon. and I bought a few things. So I've got like 3 or 4 things coming today. I've got 2 things coming tomorrow. And when you check the item, it'll say something like out for delivery, and the one I had today just says it's out in transit or delivery at like 7:30 a.m. But it's not. That doesn't really give you any indication as to when the item is going to come, and that's a pain. With the normal kind of delivery services that other companies use, most items come between 9 and 5. But Amazon don't use delivery services. They tend to use local people. They just hire on a contract basis. So basically anyone with a car can be working for Amazon, and these people will just go to the factory, the distribution centre, whatever. They'll pick up their items and then they'll deliver them. Now, basically, the problem with this is there's a big incentive for those people to just deliver as many items as they can, which means that if they deliver twice as many items, they'll make twice as much money. And because of that, service goes right downhill. They're always in a rush, and they're in so much of a rush that it's so annoying. Like, for example, I mean, I've got a smallish house. It's 2 bedrooms, and I could plug it downstairs into my front door in about, say, 15 seconds. Probably less if I had to run, but 15, 20 seconds. So when someone chaps the door, I'll be sitting at my desk, I'll be working away. I'll walk down the stairs and I'll open the door, and by that time, the delivery guy has already walked round and went to my neighbour's house and chapped their door. Now, I'm not in that position. Like, I'm in, and like, oh, I didn't realise you were in. I'm like, the windows are open, my car's there. Essentially what they're doing is just chapping the door and then just walking away, because they want to get the item delivered. And just dump. They basically just want to dump the item anywhere. They don't care if it's your house, a neighbour's house, round the back. They don't care, and it's really frustrating. I mean, specifically for me, because my neighbours are quite elderly. The elderly couple next door are in their 80s. The lady's got dementia, and that's obviously putting a lot of strain on her husband, who's also in his 80s, and you can see he's getting very old because of looking after her. It's hard for anyone to look after someone with dementia. It's a full-time job, but someone at that age as well. So I don't like items going to their door, but I especially don't like products, like deliveries going to their door when I'm in the house. I'm in the house and they're annoying my neighbours, and it makes me look bad sometimes, especially if I've got a lot of items. If you order a lot of things with Amazon as well, they don't always come at the same time. Even though if the deliveries are coming on the same day, if you click buy, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, you can have 2 different items coming that day, or 3 different items, and that means it could be 3 times they'll go to their neighbour's door. It's really annoying. It really does my head in. But the bigger problem for me is that a lot of these deliveries as well, they don't come between 9 and 5. Like the parcel delivery services, they tend to operate between 9 to 5, like UK working hours. But with Amazon, that doesn't seem to be the case. There's been a lot of times where I've got up early, I've sat in the house like from 8:30 to like 5, 6 p.m. and nothing's came, and I've thought, right, okay, they're going to come tomorrow. So I've went down to the sports centre, to the gym, or I've went to, a class or something like that. And then when I've came back, I've found that there's been a delivery like at 8 o'clock or 8:30 p.m, which in my opinion is too late. It's really too late to make a delivery. People that work in an office and then they come home at night time, perhaps that's what they're looking for. Perhaps they want a delivery that comes that late. But me, no. I'm working during the day, and then at night time, that's when I go out. That's when I do things. Go to the shops. I normally train at night, to be honest. And I find the whole thing annoying. So I ordered a lot of things with this Amazon Prime, but as soon as whenever I order an item from Amazon, I always go, because I know that the next day I'm going to be sitting about the house all day. I can't run to the shop to buy anything. I can't go to the gym. I feel trapped in my house almost. And they come to the door and they chap and leave so quickly that you're almost scared to go to the toilet. It's it's one of those things. I suppose you get this with all kind of online deliveries. You get that annoyance of having to sit in the house, but with Amazon, I just think it's a little bit worse because the delivery guys are always in a rush, and they just want to dump the parcels. I think that's the biggest problem. They want to dump the parcels on anyone. They don't care. And sometimes I find that because I don't want to annoy my neighbours, because I'm in the house, that really annoys me. At the very least, chap the door twice. Wait 10-15 seconds, then chap again. If I'm not in, then deliver it. But to just chat once and walk away is very frustrating. And I would say as well is, you know, there are good people who work that handle these deliveries for Amazon, but there's a lot of idiots as well. There's a lot of people that are lazy, and perhaps not lazy, but perhaps because they're doing so many deliveries in the one day, the customer service goes down. I've had people that you've just knocked the door and I've not even said a word, and they've just went like that, and they're ready, you know, they're just turning away like that, and I'm like, and you know, they even ask me who I am, and they hand it over and then they're gone. I guess that's just something you have to deal with. I'm not sure if that's the same in Amazon in America or Germany or any of the other countries that Amazon operate, but in the UK, that is generally how it operates, and I find that a real pain. I really do. And it doesn't put me off buying from Amazon, because I do, as I said, I like the pricing, I like the customer support, but it's always just something that annoys the hell out of me, because I mean, today I've got a couple of deliveries and they're all coming like 2 or 3 different times, and I've had one came early actually, which is a book, and it was a jiu-jitsu book actually, and they sent it early through Royal Mail, through the normal postman, but it's the other ones, they could be any time. I suspect when I go to my class, like, you know, at 5:30 tonight, they're going to deliver the item at 1 point, 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock when I'm not in. It's just annoying. I hate having coming back. You just want to eat your dinner and then you have to go through and speak to your neighbours, and I know that I'm disturbing them as well. So that is the end of my rant. That's the end of my complaint about Amazon. I don't like specifically talking about online shops. You know, this isn't a promotional thing, but it is something that kind of irks me. And I know that Amazon has become the kind of de facto online shop, at least in the UK. I'm sure it's the same in America. So if you feel the same way about this, please do leave a comment. Or if you've got anything to say about Amazon or the deliveries, so that, please do leave a comment below. I'd love to hear the kind of problems that you've went through as well, because I realise I'm not the only person that gets through this. And if you've enjoyed the video, please do click like or subscribe. Thanks for listening to my crazy rant. Till next time, guys. Thanks.